What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome back to Let's Play Cyber Knight's Flashpoint. Today we've got one of our more difficult missions. Truck Job is ready to go. It is power level 9, but the big difficulty is that we are up against Matsumoto Global. They are one of two factions. Well, I guess, whatever. Call it one of two factions with recently made custom enemies. And the devs tend to make the custom enemies more difficult than the stock standard grunts that you can get from any other faction. And so this is one of either two or the single highest difficulty faction to play against here. So it's going to be a little bit difficult. That said, they have, over time, made this mission slightly easier, but we're still against power level 9 Matsumoto. It's still going to be relatively rough. As a result of that, we're playing a relatively stealth-focused team with a Scourge and a Vanguard to go alongside our Wireghost. We do definitely need a hacker of some kind, which we've got here, and otherwise we've got our Cyber Knight as always with her ballistic weaponry. We grabbed a better SMG recently, and I'll be using that. Hopefully it's going to be better than what I've got with the pistol, a whole 5% stealth crit damage because of the optic, longer by 25, and the silencer raising it by 30. Anyway, this is the team. Hopefully it goes well. Yeah, let's hope these things all line up pretty reasonably. Well, here we are. The timing is going to be tight. Where is our truck? It's inbound, coming down the highway now. Should be less than a minute. It'll arrive at the start of the next turn. And without interference, it will cross, I believe, the end of turn 5. I just skipped over what that said, but I'm pretty sure that's what that said. If I could raise the bridge on the RCU, we'd be okay. We could also slow it down if we reach the RCU without a hacker or Wireghost. I'm glad they updated the text. Good job to them. We'll have to go for plan B, which is way down there. And having played this mission before, there are drones down there, and they are difficult to fight. So ideally, we don't do that. Now, as far as enemies are concerned, we have a Silk who has solid armor. They also, by the way, here, all Matsumoto enemies, at least many of them do, will have some stun break, evasion, initiative, and a bunch of move speed, so that's going to be relatively difficult. Solid health and good armor. We've got a barrage over here, so we've got a shotgunner. That's going to make things difficult as well. Again, you can see the stun break, evasion, initiative, and move speed. Thankfully, there's one newbie over here, but yeah, there's two barrages, a Silk, and only one newbie. That makes things relatively difficult. Now, I would like to maximize as much power as we can. The goal, I think, is going to be to try to get a really good... So I played this mission before several times. These guys both stand still, but I can't really play with these guys running up forever. So I'm going to go for... Now, noting, by the way, that this connects to that. The camera and the laser kits only we can skipjack, so that's not going to be really very realistic. I could maybe security siphon this just to get the scan on the RCU, but it can be relatively unlikely. We can delay the truck by a turn. Again, we can locate device control nodes anyway, so that's going to be something, and we can also grab some matrix damage to make our teleports a little bit better. But yeah, what I want to do is probably draw at least some of these guys in. I think you will turn the other way on your turn. You're going to turn this way, you're going to turn that way. It's not going to see anything. Is you can draw these guys forward, and as long as we're somewhere relatively safe, which should be doable, right? Like stand somewhere where it counts as cover. We can drag both you guys somewhere around here. Well, ideally not under the camera, so maybe it's actually like drag them both way over here. As long as you don't see me, like right now, this is 19 meters. And so if lure goes right here, you just turn left, you run back this way, and right, we're the farthest forward. So if you're just going to stand right there, that's easily not going to be 18 meters away. Like, it's maybe that spot. No, there's no way that's going to be real, right? Like, you're going to pass through, like, here, and that's 20 meters. So that's not going to be a problem at all. So the goal is going to be delay, let's lure. And I'm thinking, yeah, if you guys all stand right there, that seems pretty good. It's away from all the cameras. You're going to look the wrong way the whole time, and then it's going to be easy corpse cleanup. So I'm going to lure you guys over there, and then let you get killed. That's the start. You're turning back towards the host. You're going to walk right there. The debuff doesn't really matter anymore. Initiative of 25 is certainly a thing. Yep, you're turning back that way as well. And we can drag this guy into his doom. You shouldn't see me. You won't. Okay, great. Now, unfortunately, I didn't do really many initiative shenanigans to get to a spot where... I'm pretty sure to siphon this just so I have the ability to move past that camera cleanly. Not quite in range. Okay, fine. If I shotgun, it is way too loud. If I run with a club, I don't get anything. This initiative roll is freaking 25. And by the way, they're going to run next turn. So, okay. Yikes. I don't know if I can Alpha Strike enough here. I mean, Rick has a good shot with, you know, her assault rifle, but I really wish I had done some slightly proper yielding to get Remake to go earlier for a better debuff value. We can Tox Cloud some stuff, but it's not going to be enough. You're at 19, you're at 25. To be fair, they only spent 1 AP walking there, so I get that they're banking AP and thus getting initiative, but that is such a yikes. I really don't want to risk using the shotgun and pulling enemies over, but I really might have to just be able to do anything at all. I'm worried we don't have the damage if I don't shotgun this. The other concern is that, so let me think about a couple other things. What's the noise range in your gun? 36 meters, so if I'm, you know, here shooting, yeah, you guys can hear that as well. So, and the thing is, I really need to preempt this initiative, or I really want to preempt the initiative. So we can just kill this person on this turn. And there's real risk that if we can't have the damage, we get, like, really nothing here. I could lure a second time, but that really kind of sucks. It might have to be something like this. It might have to be, like, run up here. Maybe I don't have the security siphon, and I, like, lure them to, like, right there, and then I rewind afterwards, and I just get as close as I can. That might actually be the play, as weird as that sounds. I need to get to this host as soon as I can as well. Only have a few turns for that. Oh, this whole thing feels really rough. I'm happy with the first lure. I really wish I could get my Cybernet to go earlier, and I can't. Okay, I'm just going to run this guy up a little bit. I'm going to have him go here. We see a couple more enemies, that's fine. I'm going to siphon so I can keep moving. And I'm going to trust that my team can figure something out. Let me step a little bit farther back, just so that, like, if I have to run up, I still can. But you won't see me, and you won't see me, and it'll just have to be good enough. And I can't skip check anything because none of them are attached. I don't know what this would do, but it ideally doesn't, well, I'm pretty sure it doesn't do anything. So you're done for now. If I am to run up, I clearly can't melee you. I can certainly use silence to get much closer. I am very tempted to just, again, throw down lure a second time and be like, look, we're really close to you now. I also really want Tox Cloud value. We have to get up here, by the way, and I guess these guys are armored, so we really do need to kill them in some effective manner. This could be a Venom Trap, but actually, yeah, if I Tox Cloud these guys, it's really in my own way. Tiger has to do her entire turn so that Vidan can yield. Anticipation doesn't do a whole lot except for the crit vuln, which is good to be fair. If I sprint, I can get pretty much right next to them. And then I can lure to keep them busy. That's probably fine. I think it is going to be silence. Run closer to them. Literally, basically adjacent. I am slightly worried that I pulled them the wrong direction. If I lure... Okay, I'm going to put lure down now so I have, like, the guarantee if I know where you're looking. So it's going to be right there. Okay, I have extreme confidence in where they're going. And it's not going to be toward me. I should feel safe with this sword right here. They're wasting a turn. I want Vidan to help me knock these guys out. I'm thinking a Tox Cloud out this way is fine, especially if it clips him and then gets out of the way. And a Venom Trap would also be pretty solid. Problem is, your initiative is 27, so I can only do so much without it being really scary. But I really do need / want some Venom Trap value. So I go here, I'm 2 AP away. These guys, based on where they're heading, shouldn't be seeing me. Okay, right. I had one, I'm pretty sure. Yep. That should work. Good. That's 75 health a turn. And if he does run around, minus move points. If I can bounce this, that would be sweet. I think it's really unlikely, although who knows. Yeah, I'm not seeing any god bounces here. Ooh, that's close. That counts. Okay. These guys have to die eventually and aren't going to be easily meleeed, so debuffing them with Venom Trap is pretty solid. It's down forever now, but it's fine. I will have just enough time. It's going to be tight. This guy here. This is why I'm afraid of this mission, is these guys are really scary. They have a melee blade. And if they... yeah, I don't have any grenades, so basically, when they get visual contact on you, they pop stealth for 3 turns. You have to do a... Actually, you know what? Shoot, I'm going to have to rewind Venom Trap. I think Venom Trap will get me to wake him up, but, like, you actually need specific things like, you know, HE Grenade them, Shock Mine them, Marker Sights them. There are some debuffs that won't break them out of that stealth. So you have to be a little bit cautious around what you use. But at least these guys were injured. I'm going to hope that, you know, Venom Trap does what it needed to do. Maybe Morass will help. I guess we'll have to see, but it might just be someone just takes a melee hit and it's going to hurt, and we have to hope they don't have 4 AP for 2 strikes and they don't one-shot me. Something kind of like that. Either way, for now, the knight can get relatively closer. We know vaguely where people are going. I would like my guy not to get hurt, so if I'm somewhere like this, I'll have to probably get Tiger in a reasonably safe spot, but like, I can go, you know, right here. The third guy stops hearing me. So vaguely around here, if I can get around Tiger, is a solid set of full auto to trigger downer and whatnot and make the rest of the kill happen. These guys are still very real, but we can, again, dance around that. Hopefully have enough time, but I'm feeling a little pessimistic, but I do have the leverage, so I think we can get there. I'm going to hold rewind until it's more valuable. There's even a world where somehow, if we, like, we have the Vanguard do it, and we have her, like, block his line of sight, and then use silence and walk behind him, and he never notices. There's, like, a world where that's actually possible. Either way, for now, I can stand there. I will full auto them next turn once their turns are over, and it should look okay. I'm just going to stand there. Again, if I go much closer, I get heard. And that's, yeah, it's literally as far as I can go, so we're done. 75 each. We're making a little bit of progress. The truck has spawned. Hello to the truck. Our goals here are to essentially get onto that bridge and deploy a viral spike onto the truck in transit. This will destroy the backups of the research of the person that we're boosting, or going to boost, has been working on. Well, you're back in that, which doesn't really matter, but whatever. You are on a patrol route, but you're not going to see us yet. I believe you also aren't in earshot range, so it's close. Yep, so far, no one else in earshot range. That's good news. Yeah, unfortunately, she's blocking line of sight for now, so I do probably want her to move a little bit. Although, if you move there, maybe it's enough. You're probably blocking the other guy's line of sight now, actually. Because everyone's turn being done. You're looking the wrong way, and your initiative is not super high, so there is a world where we can make this happen decently well. Gotta turn the camera off unless I want a bunch of enemies running toward me, but is maybe playable. I think, honestly, I just strike here. I don't have a better option than this. I think we just go for the hits. I have one person in range. We get some decent damage. You see me. You're angry. I don't care. Second strike is solid. Third strike should kill. There we go. Hopefully you're not blocking the Cyber Knight's line of sight. You found a corpse. It's not the end of the world yet. I'm gonna anticipation for look ahead here. Sorry, anticipation for crit vulnerability. It's only 10%, but I think it's worth it. Your turn is over. If I want to kill this guy, I could easily walk in for one attack here. I could easily AoE you. But I'm thinking my real... And unfortunately, if I go loud with the E-Rifle, they all hear it. So that's going to be a little bit tough. Thankfully, I do have the shots. Wow, I have shots on both these guys. Holy moly. Pretty sure I still got to start here. If I get the kill, we trigger a Steamroll. That helps my team a lot. The crit's pretty good. This is not needed, I don't think. It's a guaranteed glance, but is that better than what I'm already doing? Maybe yes, because the way I save ammo in my AR. And I want the kill for sure because I want to give my team Steamroll. So we go here. We'll see if it kills on first shot. It does. That's good. Gets my team a bit closer, which is useful. If I delay, I get some space for my team to figure out what they're doing. Can I get closer to turn this camera off? That's actually maybe the bigger deal. No, I can't. I really don't want the camera to see two people and a corpse, but I don't think I have a choice. I think I really have to just do what I can here. So I think the play is... I'm not even sure my melee is going to be good enough, though. The problem is... I mean, they're going to get a few hits. It's two slam dances. They aren't going to shred. I believe they're both going to get enough AP to swing twice. That is very likely to kill. If we don't quite kill him, he's going to die at 75 health. And if I really need to, I can walk up to pre-compute somebody. Right, if I go there, someone's in range. And, I mean, you're up 25, so we're really probably not going to beat you at it, but I think this has to be how we play it. I don't think there's a better set of tools here. I can -2 him and +8 somebody else, so I think we just go for it. Now the question is who goes first? Does Librarian go first? I think Vadan should go first, and the idea would be he can throw down a few other things if absolutely needed. Okay, don't do that. Okay, I can't get melee range with... Wow, it's like so close to. Trying to think if there's like a pixel and there's like really not, right? It's like just barely. I mean, I'm really tempted to go use the full auto. Problem is he's going to turn. Right, I could go here and take the shot. But these guys are both going to turn hearing gunfire. Now, to be fair, if they turn hearing me, it's maybe not the end of the world. I don't want a Tox Cloud. Okay, I'm going to yield back. Yielding back is not great because then Remake has to make her declaration early. Dang. Okay, what if I get onto a chair? Will I leap out from a chair? If I'm here, it's not going to let me leap. That's really too bad. Often you can leap from cover and it works, but... Wait, if I... Okay, this should be more move speed with hyper V-caps. Okay, it's going to be this then, right? This should get me in range, no problem. Yep, and it does. Alright, well, camera's going to see me. There's definitely no way around that one. We're going to have a security event from seeing intruders twice. And just double check that I don't have camera leverage. I do not. Alright, we have to make the progress. We'll try to find a way to win this initiative war. There will be some guards sent my way, but I really don't think I can wait too long on starting this. And so we're just going to go for it. Maybe I can even find disorient value. That seems really unlikely. No, I've got to strike twice here. Alright, we just go for it. You see me, camera sees me. Did I really walk too short? I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. Dropping your sight range by 10 might be really valuable. I can't believe I did that. I'm so stupid. Okay, I'm going to Tox Scout this way then. Try to make sure I catch him. I might not catch... Okay, I will certainly catch him, right? Tox Cloud you. I've got to move to get this attack. I'm so dumb. I can't believe I did that. Gotta make sure I don't block the Matrix host. So I'm going to go somewhere like this. Another Field Sergeant woken up is not ideal for me. This strike is only okay. It wasn't great. Would have honestly liked to do more there. Don't get me wrong. You're going to have to strike twice. Well, actually, he's one hit away from dying to poison. So, yes, you're going to see me. The camera's going to see me. You're angry. This strike puts you low enough. You die to poison. I mean, you clearly die to poison now. Okay. We go start the hack. We hope it's going to be good. Okay, here's our stuff. So we use our leverage. Reveals the control nodes. Okay, well, this is what's needed. Let's get other leverage, which is giving Matrix damage for 2 turns. And the goal here is load up scan. What do we got? Alright, so the plan here is going to be load the normal programs. Go Spectral Dagger twice. Get a bunch of tokens here. I'm going to walk here. I'm going to unlink them, so I have a ton of tokens. I'm just going to pin drop. Whatever was there is dead. Unfortunately, that node looked pretty bad. Okay. That looks worth Phantom Sliding, to be honest. I'm going to do that. Whatever's here is now dead. Great. We've got decent info on what's here. Let's go get rid of the active ice. This is just remote controls. Okay, if there's a trap, it's not very useful. Scan for it. There isn't one. And then we can go ahead and knock these things down if needed. And so, for sure, the hacking portion is going to be fine. And then we will make more progress. I am very likely to rewind him. Well, maybe. We'll see. Still want to find the CPU and knock that one down, but for now this is okay. And then, yeah, you're up at 20. If I can't interfere and spike you, Librarian is really late. I could bump Tiger and she could try to run over there for a Vanguard wall. Let's start by running at least a little bit forward. Can I get look ahead on both of you? Yes, good. Okay, you're turning this way in your turn, so if you don't get woken up by the AI, I'm actually fine. And then you're not doing anything either, so since I'm waiting for the Sec AI anyway, I think I'm just doing nothing and walking a bit forward and waiting. Now, the Sec AI will send probably 3 people towards the body plus these 2. But it's not guaranteed to be this guy, and we can sort it out. Vidon already wins on initiative, so he can figure stuff out, and we can figure stuff out. I'm just gonna pretend that that's true. Minus 150. Okay, you got orders received. You did not. So we've got another railgunner on the way. We've got, looks like a captain. I think that's a captain on the way. I can't quite tell. Oh, of course they were mentioning them at the bottom here. Camera turns and sees more. Looks like it woke up one of the drones. That's scary. But we know we're going to get the barrier up in time. You're on the way. Into the talks with you. Oh, shoot, you woke him up. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. This guy has to die right now. Thankfully, again, Vidon rolled well in initiative. You're the gunfire. I don't really care. This guy must die. If I can't get the kill, I can always biocoat him. I can also get pretty good value with Morass here. I'm tempted to use Rewind if I have to fight this drone, which, you know, I will. Look at that armor. And this guy is a 28. What the crap. Yeah, so Morass seems pretty good. I'm probably going to Rewind to get Morass back. That makes sense to me here. So I'm just going to throw it there. And actually, the nice thing is, the really nice thing is, everyone who's going my way is going to run toward this, right? They've all been told, these 3, right? You, and you, have all been told to go right here. And so what that means for me is, I'm trying to break it down in my head, sorry, is they're going to walk into this talk, like you're going to walk into this Tox Cloud, and I got to figure out exactly where to put Morass down, probably a little bit farther forward so I can walk through this area. Like, I think being here is probably correct, actually. Just so I can get Morass farther forward and get more going through here. And I think Morass is, like, pretty clearly correct. I think getting the debuff there to get this kill is wise. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to Morass, and this will pretty easily catch most rotations, though it still blocks my own route out. This kill is just too important. I'm going to hit Barrage, hit the Barrage twice. My crit chance on you is 18%, so the kill is unlikely, but it is incredibly likely that Remake can reach. So I don't mind spreading this out a little bit. I think going here would be incorrect. You just need to die. Unfortunately, I can't get any more poison damage. I need you to die on this turn. To get a bit of accuracy, I could Iron Grip. I don't see myself... Well, no, there's going to be another turn down the line where I Iron Grip twice. Let's go here. So pretty solid full auto. Oh, nice. We crit, so you're dead. A little bit of damage there. You're maybe angry, but not going this turn. We are generating a lot of tally right now. I'm going to Iron Grip here, and I'm going to go for the shot with Biocoat Bullet. You are certainly not guaranteed to die by any means, but I get 50 health per turn to go with the 75 you're already experiencing, and that will make it easier for Remake to finish you off. This is a guaranteed hit. It is some damage. It is a fat crit. Are you already dead? Yes, you are. Great. You are Gunfire. You are very likely to come follow me now. But you were always dead to poison, so I don't care. Remake, I'm feeling like going for this kill is really worthwhile. Tiger can help, Librarian likely won't. But, actually, one real consideration is, if I don't fight, this guy might get pulled as one of the people who are, like, pulled to go interact. However, the camera sees nothing, and if you die, you have no gunfire report. So there should be no new security events if this guy dies, which means it's pretty clearly correct to kill you. Odds of triggering Downer, I think, reasonably high. My crit chance here is, what, 34%, and it's 3 bullets. So, it's around 70% trigger Downer. Ah. Camera spotted me. I guess I stepped out to go make this shot. Fair enough. No, you're still likely dead. Well, there's Downer. Slows you down, which means nothing. Unfortunately, camera sees me, so that's one more guard going my way. Unfortunately, I guess she steps somewhere to make that fight happen. That's too bad. Still fine, though, overall. I'm just going to wait on her and have Librarian get more done. Drop you down, open the bridge. And ideally, I don't delay the truck, because the longer I have to stay, the worse this gets. And as I said earlier, it's probably correct to use Rewind on, you know, someone who's actually important. What I mean by that is a combatant, since things get a bit harder. I am tempted to keep using Phantom Slide on things like this SPU, but I think it's better to use it on a CPU and just get a better set of actions going on. So I'm going to actually unload... I'm going to unload both of these so I can reload them and go through this. CPU is usually not on, like, hard corners, so it's probably going to be one of these three. In fact, I know the layout, and I'm pretty sure it's one of these two, in fact. Regardless, I'm going to go through this way, take the downloads, and yeah, by reloading stuff, I will have the actions to clean this out relatively cleanly. 12 AP kind of hurts, but whatever. 15 damage and stress. 10 damage is not the worst. I am already max stress, but I'd like to not take a bunch of cyber deck damage. So drop all of you. Okay, CPU's been found. Great. Take my download because I can. This is a pretty safe Phantom Slide. I still have 10 tokens. I don't see how I would fail to knock this out. Destroyed a bunch of unknown ice. That's CPU. That's the spike. I'm going to need more active ice and everything else, but we're making some progress, and we can see a lot of downloads here. And I feel like got nothing else going on. Damage to connection is not a big deal. We'll figure out more next turn. Probably go for a scan, figure out what it is, if there is a trap there. If there is a trap, we probably trap keeper. The tokens last forever. Also, it looks like this is not doing anything. Because we had what? Yeah, okay. Percent matrix damage does not affect Phantom Slide and stuff. That's a bug. Okay, percent matrix damage does not affect Phantom Slide or pin drop damage. I feel like they should. I even got leverage for it, but it doesn't affect the outgoing damage. A little too bad, but whatever. We still have enough, but it would certainly help hit breakpoints a little bit earlier on and not have to get quite as many tokens, but whatevs. Plenty of connection health. In 2 turns, I can Phantom Slide something else and keep going, even make more tokens for it. Regardless, we're fine for now. Let's go ahead and 0 AP, so we're done. I am going to be plenty afraid of this guy. I'm actually very afraid of him running right toward me and us getting super caught out. That's going to be quite dangerous. I do want to run up and knock this camera out so it sees fewer things. It's going to turn around and see me more often. This also lets me possibly tank an escalation. One thing I could do, I don't think it's correct, is I could shoot at you, but you would like run at me full speed, and that, I mean, you're really far away, so I'm like a little tempted. Okay, if I do this, right, he turns alert. There's no way in hell he reaches me. And I have a pretty good chance of being able to come in, use Rewind on Vidon, and just slow his move speed to 0 with Venom Trap, Toxic Cloud, Morass. Right, these all slow down some. Right, this is 40, this is 60%. He's going to run out of things to do. And even though it's going to make Tiger spotted, and again, now I almost wish I didn't jam kit so I could shoot a second time, but like, I think dragging you out is almost correct here. Because we have to get past you somehow anyway. And so I'm really tempted to make that how I play this. I could buff my accuracy a ton to get more crits. Not that I really need it. My shred's pretty solid. I mean, it's a good use of 1 AP, to be honest, in a way. I just don't know when you're going to choose to use your invisibility here. But again, I might be able to get that with Vidon's tools. Yeah, I actually feel like this is correct. It's going to be another security report, and so the only remaining guard of this map was going to be a drone right here. Is going to get woken up for it. But I think with 2 refract walls at 0 AP and everything else, I actually feel like it's playable. I'm going to do this. If it's suicidal, it's too late. But I go here, I hit you. I'm actually only hunted is the funny thing. Okay, so I don't know how this works exactly. You're supposed to die before the turn's over, which means no one else should actually technically get... like, these guys are spotted for now, but you should... What it's supposed to work, I think, is that you should die and these guys should not be spotted anymore. My recollection, though, is that it often doesn't work like that, and... because now there's a different alert person, it's going to carry the spotted status over. We'll see what happens. If it sucks, it sucks, but Toxic Cloud will kill. Down you go. We get a nice little buff here. They're spotted for now, although I'll wait to see what happens when the turn actually ticks over. I will bet they stay spotted. That's my recollection from using poison damage earlier. That was how the interactions kind of worked. But this guy is still far away. The truck's getting closer, but I've got time still. Just got to stand on the thing. And I still have leverage, so yeah. Next time it lurches forward, it will pass out of the main bridge. So we either have to do the remote control unit thing. Yeah, you're out of AP. And we can get a lot of damage on you, I think. So we've got to get... Wow, you go really far. I don't have an attack on you, which sucks. Okay, I need to have enough AP that I can do useful things. So one quick question is, how far away are you? 14 meters. So Tiger has to walk back to get a good railgun shot. Fake is going to run over. This drone is very close by. My Wireghost needs to leave because this drone's going to walk right here, and I've got to bypass that. You're going to run to a similar spot, I think. Actually, no, you got woken up to go fight this, probably. I can definitely Vanguard wall and sprint. I'm also, like, for sure have to pop this first leverage. I need to buy one turn here. Actually, one consideration is to use the RCU thing first to buy one turn. And then if I need to, I can use the leverage again, because I can only use this once, and it's going to be this turn. I want to save Rewind for as late as possible. This guy's also not doing anything too fancy yet. I think Vidon might go full auto. Let's go see what the other guy does first. You're going to run closer, of course. Hopefully not in vision. I would like if you're not in vision. You're definitely in vision. So, of course, our boy's spotted. I'm going to shoot you full auto. It should go pretty well. There is a good chance he's going to turn and be like, I spotted you, and then turn invisible, but we'll see. Good damage. That's a shred. Okay, we get to clean him up. This guy is angry as well. Not going to die exclusively to poison by any means. But you're in railgun. Like, you're in railgun range easily. So I'm going to go here, kill you. Down you go. That is really big for me, to be honest. I'll hide as far as I can, but I can't go that far. I can hide behind this, but I'm still fully spotted. These guys can't share status. This guy's to die. So for now, I'm fully spotted. This chair is moderate safety. Librarian, I think... Yeah, needs... Okay, let's scan for a trap. There is one. It's if you load a program. I don't care. I'm going to come back down. Road Barrier 3B is not useful. This one is. I'm going to go buy myself one turn here. Great. The truck will have to re-verify to pass the barrier. A little bit of breathing room. But now you've got to leave. The loot is nice. I could hack this, but I'm not going to. I'm confident we can get to the spot we need to go to. Got plenty of AP. It will be hard for me to get in shotgun range, then also go somewhere useful. I'd have to go really far to make this happen. I will delay to be safe in case there's a real reason why we can't do what we need to do. I can boost Vidon. Let me make sure Remake has it. Yeah, she does. Okay, I can take these shots here. You're already alert, so I can't Dissipation, but I can shoot. This is a guaranteed hit. Well, a guaranteed glance, at least. But if you die... And if you're low enough that a poison, which you are, then this is fine. I can't get refracted very far up. I am still tempted to throw down a wall, and then like my team can hide behind it on a future turn. I think this is acceptable. You might run this way, so I'm a little bit afraid of that. Yeah, this guy is still going to be slowed by the move speed. He doesn't take damage, but the debuff still works. I am tempted to throw a Refract around somewhere like this, and that'll let Librarian hide behind it. I think that'll be functional. I'm going to yield you again. Librarian's going to get out of here. You're going to like run back here and functionally hide. Although eventually this drone's going to run toward me. But I'll have all the information first, so it's not a big deal. Again, this guy's already dead. And this guy's going to come down here, which we can bypass for now. I can re-siphon on a future turn, just not right now. And then remake. I can boost... Yeah, so this guy's going on 24. Wait, oh, wait. You're on 17. Okay, actually, Librarian's fine. So I can just sprint it. I can sprint it and it's fine. Do I want to rewind my... this guy? This is like a really useful rewind. Well, Toxicloud's back next turn for free. I might save it. I'm going to save rewind for now. Because I don't know for sure what I need. But being here, I don't know how it's not safe for my Cyber Knight. This guy's way too far away for me to care. Even if you do come up this way, I don't... Well, you could have a visual. Just really unlikely. If I do this and pre-compute myself... I mean, I'm for sure in range, right? Like, that's... I think that's, like, for sure within range. Maximize the pixels here. Yeah, that's within 6 AP. If I have to delay, I will, but I'd really like to not. And then because my min roll is a 19, I mean, it's very likely I succeed. My min roll is a 19, so greater than 50% that I get where I want to go. You are almost certainly being sent here. And the thing is, as soon as you're right here, you have line of sight. So no, I should pre-compute and be safe. And I'm really confident this is within 6 AP. Okay, let's see. If I roll above a 32, I was going to get it anyway. I rolled a 33. I rolled exactly average. This guy dies to poison. Reinforcements are not the end of the world. They're all sent my way, but we can handle that. I'll have new Tox Cloud, new Morass, things like that. Well, Morass will be a couple turns away, but it's fine. They're all sent to intercept, which makes sense. Camera turns back on, might see a corpse. Truck has to re-verify. And that will allow my Knight to get where she wants to go. Now, I'm going to throw down Look Ahead here as a move speed debuff. From what I can tell, it feels like it only actually slows down enemies who are in combat. Like, if you look at this thing, right, it's minus 15 from Tox Cloud, minus 30 from Look Ahead, and you see how far it goes. I guess they have Nimble Suits for plus 20, so okay, fine. But, like, that does not look like something with minus 25% move speed, right? It really doesn't. Anyway, you're still behind everyone else. The Knight does make it with 1 AP to spare even. But I've got to stand there before the end of the turn. Last call on rewinding somebody. Do I need to? I think the answer is no. I do want to run my entire team up to this bridge, though. If I can. Yeah, so we're good here. I'm going to delay. Let's see how far you got. Okay, you actually are going that way. I didn't know that for sure. That's helpful, though. It means my Knight is always fine. Yeah, Knight's going to wait. And I'm going to run my team up to here. Yes, let's see. So who's doing what? You're going to walk up right to there, which I'm not too concerned about. Right, we're going to easily be able to bypass you. If I stand here, I mean, if you hunt, I'm a little bit sad, but if I go to here, there's no way you can see me. And the reason that, well, let's go actually a little bit shorter. Let's go to here. And I think it's incredibly unlikely you see me. The goal would be to be able to refract for my team. Actually, if I do a yield, I yield to 17, which is perfect. Okay, Vidon, it's your turn. Can't go that way, you get spotted. I would like to not run past the camera if I can help it. Try to snap you onto the box. Spend 3 AP for that. The refract wall blocks some of this, which actually does give me some movement. I can actually snap onto that as well. And then, do I want to throw a new Tox Cloud down? Not there. That would be bad. For now, no. I'm just going to run all the way up. These guys don't reach me this turn. They're going to run through Look Ahead. And they should get Tox Clouded as well. This should be fine. You'll stay there. Librarian's going to go do similar. We're just going to get the entire team up to here. So that we have a safe spot to stand as these guys walk around. And we'll find out where exit's going to be long term. But again, for now I'm here. So the final question is, does Tiger need to help the team? Do we need a new refract or are we okay? I have Rewind still. These guys, I mean, if I delay to 7, I won't know where you're going, but I know where everyone else is going. And that gives me a bit of extra information. Am I worried about this turning into hunting and being bad for me? Like, would I need to refract because of that? I could also go for a lure. But I can actually wait a little bit for that one as well. I'm really tempted to refract here. Because if they do hunt and they go upwards, I get caught. So somewhere like this. Actually, I'm going to look this way so I have a little bit more of an obvious visual. This should block about everything. So there, 0 AP. We're behind the wall. They should not be able to see us. We should be okay. I'll delay for a bit of extra information. Please desist from killing essential personnel. Yep, you're hunting. You went that way, though. Remake is fine for now. You're on the way up into Look Ahead and Tox Cloud, and you found a corpse. You're going to do similar into Look Ahead and Tox Cloud. Tiger seems happy where she is. I will use Lure when needed at the very end when we're going to make our moves. So it's going to be basically like Lure, Rewind, New Refract. Like we'll find a way to like turn everyone around, not be seen, and then like do it again the turn after, basically, right? Because Lure will turn them so that they won't see us during the rest of the turn. Then they will move during that future turn, and then it'll all, I think, work out. And the team can all stay here because they're safe enough as they are. The wall lasts until the end of next turn, so we have all of turn 6 to hold the wall. Turn 7 is where it turns scary. We'll figure it out. Tiger, I think we can put you behind a box to be a little bit safer. That seems acceptable, but we're good. You're on the way up into Look Ahead, into Tox Cloud. The damage is pretty irrelevant, but the slows will matter if they ever turn alert. Remake is good. Don't have any reloads I can do. That's fine. No interference spikes needed. No rewinds needed. Not until she uses Lure again. That way I can make sure the cooldown is what I want, and it's fine. Yeah, you're chilling. You're on the square. The truck should move during this turn, if I understood the rules correctly. The barrier should drop, and the truck should move. It looks like it. Truck gets scanned. And that should be the mission complete. It should be what we want. Server's activated right on schedule. The virus has been delivered. Well played. Let's get clear. Yeah, so they're going to go hunt where the camera saw stuff. We can exit here or there. I'm thinking we might actually go left. Tox Cloud has timed out, which makes this a little bit nicer. You're getting a little close to us, but we're okay for now. Yep, Delay's going to be pretty happy. Yeah, they still stay as spotted because the guy who saw them was still alive when this guy turned alert, and then dying to poison just seems to make it work that way. So I don't know if it's a bug or not, but it is what it is. Actually, I want to... Yeah, that's a little bit scary. Okay. Okay, let's call it medium prio. Not sure if bug. All living witnesses are dead. I don't think my mercs should be spotted anymore. So, a few things happened here. One merc saw me. Another merc became alert without seeing anyone. Was shot with a railgun, and the attacker only turned hunted. Then or I guess we should say guard, sorry. One guard saw me. Another guard became alert without seeing anyone, was shot with a railgun, and the attack only turned hunted. The attacker only turned hunted. Then the first guard was killed. Was he killed by poison? Yeah, was killed via poison. My initial mercs stayed spotted. Two. Basically, yeah. Pretty much any time a guard sees me and dies to poison, I don't revert down to hunted on the turn they die. That's generally been true from what I've seen. All right. Looking pretty good here. This is looking pretty playable. I'm going to try to make Lure... Okay, so these guys can't see anything, but you're, like, actually a real threat. Oh, yeah, what I should do is security siphon this. And I'm, like, weirdly tempted to skipjack in and buy even more time because camera actually matters here. Like, the way I'm going to do it, though... This will be short enough that it won't matter. I'm going to do it by going up to here. Like, I know where they're going, right? I know their hunting routes. I am safe to, like, walk up like this. And I'm going to skipjack in. This actually might not work as well as I want, because my stuff might be on cooldown, but let's find out. So here's the remote controls. There are 2 traps here. If you use a program, if you exit the node, well, let's just, you know, trap Keeper once. Let's trap Keeper twice. I've got to grab this. I've got to knock that out. I've got to knock that out. I lost some deck health, which kind of sucks. But it's enough where I can hack these devices. Down goes 1. Down goes 2. I don't need to do any more. In fact, it's arguably incorrect to do so. I could Spectral Dagger into, like Pin Drop gives me connection repair, and Phantom Slide does as well. There is a world where it's like, no, actually, I use this, and then I hope I get lucky. But I can't take any downloads because I have no... Yeah, I can't take downloads because I wouldn't have enough connection to do so. So it's not correct to do anything here. For fun, I can knock that down. It's basically free real estate. And then I will just simply disconnect. These are down for a good long time, which may or may not end up being relevant, of course, but... Okay, I can pull you guys pretty far. I think having all of you look over there is fine. I need to pull you away, and I want you to go away from where my team is, so... If I just drag all of you in toward that, you're not going to see anything. And then I'm probably going to use silence. I mean, I almost want to kill this guy is the thing. Could also try to... Nah, Pinger's not going to be any good here. I'm going to pop silence. And then now when I'm going to anticipation anyway, just to get the crit vuln if we have to fight this guy. No, I don't think so. Okay, now I'm going to get rewinded. Vadon can only go so far. That's fine, though. Let's put you here. We get a free Venom, because I can't go any farther. Like, not much farther, I should say. Right, you would hear my footsteps. Got to crouch for 1. I could crouch for 2. But I kind of want to Toxic out these guys. And if I aim it far enough right, we're not going to block my own team's patrol out. So if I go here, it'll move, and we can get around this. And dealing with these guys, I think, is useful. So you're going to go ahead and rewind Tiger. Now, if I had white noise, this would be even more, you know, powerful, because then we could actually have the entire team run. But I have the Vanguard at the EX. To be fair, Lore does things like that, which is why I brought her. But, you know, there were alternate routes that could have been taken with different characters. Still, though, this part's fine. And, of course, she can safely run. And with where you guys are going, you're just going to end right there. Looking this way, to be fair, which does matter a little bit, but... Those, well, your vision cones might be enough to see, actually. I might want to stand... Actually, okay, I only have Refract back once because I already got rewinded, so I've got to be a little bit careful about where this actually goes. But once they go there, they'll keep going on their patrol routes, so, like... As long as they're not too slowed, which, to be fair, these guys might be. We can keep going this way, I guess. I, in fact, might just refract here, and my team goes out this way. Reinforcements are at least more than a turn away, but I am a little afraid of the end of turn 7 reinforcements actually being in my way, and I guess I could lure them, but it scares me a little bit. Still, though, I'm feeling like this actually does make sense, regardless. Maybe it's stupid, but I'm just going to debuff you because I'm waiting for the cooldown regardless. Alright, you're done. Everyone should move. Toxic Cloud is going to be indeed stuck on that wall based on its patrol, or based on its movement pattern. This guy dies to poison, by the way, on his own. Truck keeps going. I'm just going to skip. Right, you're there and standing still. Morass is done. You need to wait till you leave. Yeah, you die in 2 turns to poison. You should wait as well. I can always lure them farther away and make them turn away. Right, so they're all standing there, and if I lure them and they run and they look this way, we can kind of do whatever we want. Alright, how far can Vadon go? What's it looking like? If I put you behind these desks, it's not too bad. Let's see. I know where they're going with some of these things, but not all of them. Still, though, standing right here is quite safe and pretty clear than 6 AP of leaving. So that's going to be fine. Don't need to delay. Let's just end your turn. Similar here for a Librarian. I think we can put you somewhere like this, and that's going to be within 6 AP. I'm not worried. I gotta say, the guard forced movement tools are all really fun to use. I still really like a lot of the talent design in this game. There's a lot of really cool stuff. There's some stuff that's just unfortunately too weak to realistically use. But they've done balance passes before. They buffed Agent EX's Shuriken Wave 2 days ago, which I thought was really good. I liked the buffs to Line Crawler to let you make it deterministic. I thought that was... Well, I appreciated that personally. I could actually get almost all the way out. That will be... I don't know if I need to. I'm kind of feeling like I want to, though. The goal is to turn them all away, so we have, like... No, I don't think I need to, right? Like, yes, I could drag you all away. And this would guarantee you can't see me on the route down, but we're already going to make it down this way regardless, so... I'm just going to stand there. I don't have a Phreak, but my entire team can leave when they want to. And their regular patrols, like, the things they're investigating, are over that way anyway. So, that should all be fine. I'm far enough from the camera to not care. Go ahead and run about your normal business. We get a bunch of influence thanks to Glasswalker. I appreciate that. If I had maxed it, it'd be +1 AP. High power laser wires are incredibly not important. Off you go. Yep, you're finally doing the rest of your investigation. You found a corpse that I think someone else already found. You can start... yeah, let's... That's safe, right? I'm pretty sure it's safe. Let's just stand there. I feel a little bit nervous about standing where that is right there. I'm going to leave you... I just want to make sure that, like, everyone who needs to go can go. Like, I don't want to, like, wake someone up and then, you know, someone chases down a spotted merc and they get, you know, lit up or whatever, right? So, thankfully they're all going the ways I was hoping they were going. No one's looking my way anymore, so we can all take our extracts, no problem. And, you know what? Maybe that silk doesn't die, okay? Like, when we leave, does our poison still tick? Is Sitha going to live? Sitha might live. What do we think, folks? Is Sitha going to live? Probably, right? I'm sure she's fine. Well, we did it. We didn't get all the paid data in the host. To be fair, it was definitely not worth trying to kill these guys through that much armor and health. But it worked. We got what we came for. Not a minute too soon. Lab equipment is on its way, and Maddie will be none the wiser. Yep. We corrupted all the data in the lab equipment. We're the best. The infected truck passed through without stopping. Well, it did technically stop. But, yep. Carrying your virus. Revenge will be sweet. But she'll be boosted by then. You have a plan for that operation? I do. But conditions keep changing. You have to be careful now. So, whenever you are ready to move, we'll hear from her. Librarian Tiger and Vidon all level up. Solid 209 XP for the story mission. Story missions usually give more XP than proc gen. That's not always the case. We get a lot of XP flooding through, though. We got a few downloads, but that was not the point. The reason we were here. Get a little bit of a breathing room now. We can spend some points. We can also finally start fixing these wounds and whatnot. You've got +1 here, which is nice. I forget what I wanted to do. If I wanted to actually move toward Q protocol, I don't remember, to be honest. I think I wanted... Oh, I need to make pin drop good. That's for sure going to be the case. Pin drop hitting useful things is very correct here. And then eventually getting 2 pin drops is nice. What's weird is... it's... Without getting probably Q protocol, I just don't have enough connection health to... Like, if I get it up to 18, it gets closer. But I just don't have enough connection health to, like, do a skipjack turn and then, like, have the space to load daggers and phantom slide and pin drop around, even though they do repair enough. Like, they do repair enough to make this... how am I trying to say this? I can cast them without, you know, disconnecting. And I can even get this to 29% with 2 and then even 3 charges. That's maybe enough where it's like, no, I have 3 charges of repaired 29% connection. Trust me, I can pin drop around. It'll be fine. It's still going to be a, you know, somewhat limited first turn, but it does give something. Anyway, what it comes down to is, yeah, I want enough connection repair that, like, I can spike a CPU or, like, full clear set of downloads or something. Wouldn't that be nice? Deck bending can help that. It does use all your tokens, though, so it's got to be the last thing you do. But, like, that can, you know, coincide here. I'm also looking at where the damage from tokens nodes are. I think they're all mostly on... I could have sworn there were 3. Yeah, there's 1 there. But I could swear there were 3. So there's 1 there. Do I already have 2 of them, actually? I do. Yeah, I have this one and this one already. There's just 1 more, and it's up there. So if I do path this way, I can get 30% damage from tokens, which I think is kind of worth it, to be honest. But I'm thinking next is Q Protocol, then after that at 19 is deck bending, and then ultra late game, if at all, is cash burn. Probably. Anyway, though, I wanted this. Make the teleport better. We hit one last time, right? We teleported into an incinerator, which is a little bit useless. +2 on the Cybersword is good. I've already capped out Choppa. I've already capped out Slash Slide. I've not found I've wanted more deflection field. I tend to find I really don't need the duration, even though I might like the AP cost. Also, 2 meters range to me, not super necessary either, so kind of whatever. There's a world where Power Slice is worth it. I mean, this is a good amount of damage, and you get +1 charge. The nice thing is you don't have to take duration. This literally only affects stun clubs, so that's nice that you can. It is not mandatory. It is purely opt-in. But I could totally see getting, 50% more damage on a Power Slice hit with a second charge and a short cooldown is like gonna pay it, reasonably well. I think though what I'm gonna look for, with most of these already done, and nothing else I can really learn, it's basically like, do I want preempt charges? And the answer is honestly no. I think what I want to go for is, I could get Lightfoot to a turn cooldown, but Lightfoot giving me 25 stealth crit is enough. The AP for movement isn't all that useful if I'm going to go for the attack, but this allows me to fairly reliably, unless I want to go through here again for a 2-turn cooldown, which, like, is not the dumbest thing you've ever heard of. But the idea would be that, yeah, I could very frequently Lightfoot in with a bunch of stealth crit chance and have a really decent shot at power slicing whoever, and then getting Whisper Kill and Choppa to pop all in the same turn. Wouldn't that be nice? Ultimately, though, I think I'm going to add 1 more hit here on Aegis. I feel like there's not much else I'm... Well, let's see. I mean, Slash Slide's already done. I've got what I want out of Lightfoot. I literally can't multi-class. There's no talents to learn. I'm happy with having Aegis and whatnot. And so I'm feeling like I might just take all the tank talents here and be like, yeah, actually, I want 2 charges, a 3-turn cooldown, and a 3-turn shield that blocks a lot. Evasion can add up, right? Occasionally you get to, leave an extra shield point up. I can give her stealth armor with a bunch of evasion on it and kind of play for that. But yeah, let's make Aegis stronger and block 3 hits. I think that's worthwhile. Vanguard's a +1 at 11. I was already happy with Refract. I think I want to go into Pinger. I could get Glasswalker cooldown and charges. The duration node does not work, last I checked. The AP certainly does. If you had 2 turns of AP, this is one of the strongest talents of the game, right? Spend 5 points, print 8 AP a few times. Absolute cinema, right? It's goated. I'm always bringing a Wireghost, so making Gem Kit better is not that useful. -2 initiative is kind of a joke as far as I'm concerned. 10 evasion is pretty worthwhile for a 0 AP buff. Problem is I have to path through all this, and you can't hit alert enemies, so usability is a bit low. Makes it kind of unfortunate, but not a bad note overall. 5 and 10 meters, maybe not so much. 3rd charge, maybe not so much. I think I will just go into Pinger here and start making it better. I find range really, really valuable, so I'm going to start topside here, but I will look to max out Pinger. Scourge gets a +1, and I could get a 3rd Venom Trap. I could make Dissolve better, which is still valuable, and I should really still think about doing. I don't think I really want a 2nd Disorient, though I should consider it, since it's... I mean, 30 crit vuln for 1 AP is not a bad debuff, right? I should be willing to press this. Let's do it. I very rarely use this talent. I don't think I need duration. I just can't imagine actually having to care. But I will try to use Disorient more actively, because this is actually quite a lot of throughput. That's my class training done. Wonderful. You're wounded and need to be healed. However, what missions are going? Because, actually, couple thoughts here. One is, I guess you're actually not, you're not hype capped right now. Let me sort by hype real quick. There's some that I want to ride the bench for a bit and let them actually hit their hype limit breaks. That would be, like, kind of valuable here. So, like, I should park the Vanguard, I should park the EX, I should park the Wireghost, I should park the Soldier and try to get my hype breaks. Scourge as well, right? We have some of these in line that, like, I should try to run War Machine, Cyber Knight, Hacker, Cybersword as the core 4. It's not a super powerful team, but, like, I want these hype limit breaks to happen, and that means you know, give them the downtime to do so. Let them get healed up. Leave the trainer, leave the detox. So I could go for the stress limit breaks first on this guy and just leave him in the detox for a long time. Or I could pay for the surgery first, which will make the stress break likely worse. Or, well, it'll make the stress break not make this any worse, I should say. Also, this barely matters, and I don't really care about a little bit of minus initiative. It matters a little bit, but kind of whatever. I would like my Cyber Knight to get healed. It's actually dazzled too, which kind of sucks. 4 days, 54k is not exactly cheap. I want to boost whatever buildings up that I can as well. I'm thinking, if I play anytime forward, what am I thinking? What do I want to do here? We're getting closest to PL5 also, which is fun. We've got some legworks that we need to run at some point. We've got a Q gap spike here. I guess what I really want to do is clear out these 3 missions. This is a prison break. This is a raid. These should both be relatively chill, I think. I mean, they're both against street factions, so they're going to be relatively easier. And so I think what I want to do... I also probably going to buy this gold key and get more loot. I'm down. Dance Salt was the 3 favors, sure. Don't need to buy the blue key. Considering buying the Matrix Snoop, yeah, what I want is to park everyone who's got hype already and bring in Anarchist Cybersword. Okay, I'm gonna do the loot shenanigans off recording just because, the people management stuff off recording. I'm gonna need you available, so you're done. And I'm going to need you to come back as well. You're pretty stressed, but it is what it is. Actually, let me make sure real quick that the missions you're going on are not for Warner Braun. They are not. We're fine. Okay. Then, yeah, I'm going to bring you out of the detox, even though you're done in 12 hours. If you're done in 12 hours, we should let it go through, right? That makes sense to me. Let's go ahead and start paying a doctor, then. The Wireghost can't go to the detox right now because the detox bench is busy, so I guess we're going to have the Wireghost go get this treated. I'm gonna use not Dr. Ash that she's available to heal my my Cyber Knight. It's gonna be Luther then doing it. That seems fine. Here you go, buddy. He might stress limit break. In fact, I think he's very likely to. It is what it is. We can go time forward here because everything is fine. The one stressed merc is getting his wound healed. Let's go play time. For no reason at all, I'm gonna save my progress, even though it doesn't mean anything. Angle Grip is done. Field Ops can soon be upgraded. Hacking Station can soon be upgraded. Let's have your Detox done. Actually, wait. Do I need another Angled Grip? Do I have room for one? It goes on... What does the Angled Grip actually build into? Is it for the... I guess I'll just look. Mods. Angled Grip builds onto... Yes, an Assault Rifle. Okay. So I'm going to bump up my AR or Urban Assault. Got it. That's you. I've already got one. So it's going to bump the Urban Assault in my inventory. I'm just going to have you hold it just so we can easily do the modding. There you go. Angled Grip. You did it. Congratulations. At least you got a Detox. Actually, what else can I craft, if anything? Anything powerful and good? Not obvious. Plus ammo on a blade seems acceptable. At some point, I'll make use out of it. This is also not terribly expensive. Let's go. I have an open battery slot, and my Cyber Sword's going to be using batteries decent amount. Let's just go for it. Trainer's open, which is fine. You've detoxed. Great. I think we should get our face onto this leverage here. Or this, what's it called? Walking around talking to people. Legwork. Okay. I can push it back a little farther by not running it yet. Sadly, my team is not limit breaking, which is too bad. Right? We have these guys at 100, and they're not showing up in the timeline. It's kind of too bad. Last hype break was... It's funny that handpicked works on bodyguard characters. That's funny. Yeah, okay, on the 29th. Well, whatever. She gained +1 tech. Okay, so the plan is run these. They both have hosts. This one has a gold key room. I will buy the Snoop. I think it's worth it for the speed and safety. I will buy the camera leverage because that's also worth it for the speed and safety. You're going. You're going. The other two can sit in the trainer or the detox. These guys are all going in the mission. They're all stressed. You can detox, but you're at 30. Yeah, I'm going to put you in the trainer instead, then. There you go. You're going to go gain some XP as we run some other missions. That should be fine. And, okay. That means next episode, we're going to try to get through many of these at once. Not a guarantee it's going to happen, but we're going to try. And then we'll start the storyline to have Carnivore happen. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.